Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here, and hopefully you guys leave with a little bit of things from me today. So before I get started, I do want to let you know a few things about me. I mean, I'll be talking to you for a little bit, so you might as well get to know me. I'm originally from Lansing, Michigan, which I'm incredibly proud of. I went to the University of Michigan for undergrad, so go blue. I know it was a rough week a couple weeks ago, it's fine. And I am incredibly passionate about the work that I'm doing at 100K Ideas, so I'm hoping you hear that passion through this presentation today. So 100K Ideas, for those who do not know, is a nonprofit organization located in Flint, Michigan. We were started under the premise that everyone has an idea for a business, whether it be a service, a product, a nonprofit, an app. There is some sort of idea percolating in there, but there are not many places that someone can go to explore what that idea is. And so our mission is simple. We relieve the innovator of the entrepreneurial burden. So what does that mean? It means, while there are some people who have that innate entrepreneurial spirit within them, there are some who do not. So the path to entrepreneurship is a little bit more difficult, and that's what we're here to help accomplish. And we do this by making entrepreneurship relatively simple in 3 steps: think, make, and market. So think, we start with a deep dive into somebody's idea, providing them information they can use to make decisions on whether they should move forward. We never say good idea, bad idea. We are just simply, hey, this is what you need to know, and you can take that into consideration as you decide if you would like to move forward. And if you do, we take you now to that make process, where we are actually physically making your idea. So whether you have a physical product, we're gonna try to help you get a prototype created. If you have a service you're looking to develop, we'll help you with your branding and get your website built. And then we move in to market. And this is where you're gonna pilot your idea. You are going to test the market, see how it is, what feedback you can get, and use that feedback to refine your idea to eventually get to that final product. And talking about getting to final product, that's the basis of this conversation today. So one of the biggest things we let people know is that what you leave with 100K Ideas first is not gonna be the final thing you leave with, right? There's always iterations of that idea. So we like to start with a pilot, you get that feedback, and then using that feedback, you pivot. And one thing that we had to do ourselves was take this advice and take these 3 steps into consideration on our own journey. So 100K Ideas was started in 2017. We opened with a ton of fanfare, press, newspapers know who we are, we got people coming to visit, it is fantastic. We had 100 ideas come through our doors within a few short months, right? I mean, look at it, it's like amazing. And we were doing great work, right? You know, people are coming into us, they're sharing their ideas, they're letting us know what they want to do and what they want their future to look like. And honestly, through this momentum, we were seeing roughly an idea a day. 70% of those ideas that came to talk to us and do that research were converting through the process. We had a VC come through and say, hey, I'm committing a bunch of money to support Flint Ideas. So what could go wrong? Well, you know, you ride high a bit. One thing that we had to take a second, because honestly, we were a startup just like the people we were helping, right? So we were building the plane and flying it at the same time, and not taking a second to really stop and say, are we hitting the mission we're hoping to hit? Are we helping the people we're hoping to help? We're in Flint. Are people from Flint coming to see us? And around this time, I had actually started going into the community. My role had changed in the organization, so I was able to go out and talk to people about us, who we are, which was always my favorite thing. And what was interesting is people would always say, oh my gosh, I've never heard of you guys. You guys are great. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm so glad. Yeah, I'll come see you. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. You haven't heard of us. We've been open for about a year. That seems weird. Then this fateful day happened where I got called out. So long story short, I'm sitting on a panel that one of our ecosystem partners, entrepreneurial ecosystem partners, was hosting, and I'm going on this detail about who we are, what we do, how amazing we are, and everybody in the audience is nodding their heads and saying, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I have an idea. I want to come talk to you. And I pass the mic, and the woman next to me proceeds, and I'm paraphrasing, these were not her exact words, but you know, downtown businesses are great, but we need people to help the neighborhoods. That is what we weren't doing. We weren't in the neighborhoods. We didn't go to Flint residents because we were like, hey, we're opening our doors. People are going to come see us. We have all this momentum. And we left some people behind. So what do we do now? So really, we had to rethink our process and our outreach in this community. We had to let Flint know, as much as we were here for the grandeur and all of these things, it was real. The things that we said we could do and that we would do are real. So how do we do that? So we took a step back and we started strategically looking, not creating a plan that we do and spend a year on and shelf it, but a real strategic plan that we can take, look at it, measure our process, and see what we're doing. And what came out of that? A ton of community. So we were already in the process of this initiative when I got called out, but hey, you know, we ended up kind of doubling down on it. So we started an initiative called Office Hours. This placed our staff into community locations, 2 on the north side, and we recently expanded on the east side of Flint to support neighborhood organizations. See, what we took for granted was that people didn't feel comfortable coming downtown. Now, some of it's transportation access, some of it is there's an invisible barrier that downtown is not for us, but either way, we had closed ourselves off to a group of people that we actually were here to help the most. So there we were, we're going into the community, but you know, that's not enough. Let's ramp it up, let's make it happen. So, let's go back one. So, we launched a pitch competition. We started providing people capital so that they could start moving their ideas forward. We started doing workshops on a monthly basis to provide those gaps of knowledge and information and connecting people with resources in their community and people that they know that they didn't know what they do and could help. We started doing quarterly community engagements where we would partner with nonprofits and start doing the work in their neighborhoods and saying, hey, we are here to support. We also, in addition to all of these things, went to every tabling at the community possible. When I tell you somebody told me, I was like, we're there as long as we have staff. And we were at that table, we were at that event, we were talking with people. We didn't take for granted the fact that we had to get to know this community that we had kind of taken for granted that we had set up in their hometown. And all of this was led to a huge revelation of something that we hadn't quite talked about and kind of talked in circles about, right? Which is equity. We were an organization founded on this principle, but didn't actually say it. We had said the term, talent is equally distributed, but not, opportunity is not, right? You guys have heard that. We were doing that, right? We were bringing opportunity to entrepreneurship to residents in this community without actually saying equity. So we changed that. We had to say it. We had to let people know we were serious and committed to providing opportunities to those where barriers exist. Oh, and so, well, thank you, but, and so to wrap this up, the main thing I want people to take away is no matter how you come in, how much fanfare you get, how far you are, that feedback you're getting is essential, and it's necessary to help keep you on track for what you need to know and moving forward. Not everybody's a hater. There is some nice critique in there, and there's things that you need to keep in place. It did wonders for us, and we've, made our imprint even stronger in the community, which we're incredibly proud of. Now, thank you.